to be a tour of A1 POS Fast Retail. This is a redesign of the older POS Retail app. It's a brand new redesign, completely redone. We're on the main menu screen. The main menu screen is now a different interface. The places we're going to look at are customers, calendar, sales, inventory, purchase order, vendor, expenses, and the account ledger. Along with that, all of these buttons down here are support screens for the main part of the application. And some of these screens, the tables and the reports, do not run on the iPad because the iPad is not capable of running those reports. Let's go ahead and get started. I want to point out that in these new apps that I'm running, that if you are on a parent screen where you can add records, there will be a padlock unlocked. And on the screens where you're not supposed to be making entries, there is a locked padlock. On the iPad and on the computer, there's a show hide button, which will hide the menus at the top of the screen on the iPad and on the companion app on the computer. There's a support location where you can go to the support site for the developer. Let's go ahead and start in the customer screen. The customer screen is not populated with but one record, so I just have some temporary data in for an example record. As you add new records, it'll keep on adding a button all the way down this side where you have a selection portal for people. When you click on that, it will change the record to whatever one you click on. This is the customer information area. If you put an address in for a local or international, doesn't make any difference, client, if you click on the location, it's going to show you on the Google Maps where the person is actually located. This is a made-up address, so there's no real location for it to find it. There's also a new development in our apps where we're creating a language editing capability. And what that means is that the items on the screen, like the customer name and the buttons that are on actual pages, you can edit those on each one of the screens for those fields. And basically there's a named field, and then you can edit this into any language that you want to put it in, Chinese, French, German, whatever you might want to put it in. You can convert it, and as you convert it, this name field would be in another language, and then it would change the screen icons, like for example, the screen names or the field names in the screen and the actual names of the screens. So this is true throughout the application. Let's go back to the home screen, and now we're going to take a look on this app that there is a Google Calendar also included in this app. So if you want to track appointments and events, you can get a Gmail account that's free and go ahead and do things with events or add things that you have to plan. The next one is I'm going to show you when you create this app, you need to put in inventory. You need to use the purchase order to populate the inventory screens before you can sell anything. And you need to add vendors so that the vendors can be used to show on the purchase order who you're buying products from. And then all these screens down here are the support screens, as I said before. Let's go ahead and take a look at inventory. The inventory screen is a screen where you populate it with the information, and there's not very many fields that are needed for the item. There's a product code, a name, and if it's taxable or not, and the price of the item. As you actually sell items in the sales screen, it will add them to this portal. You do not have to add them yourself manually. They will be added as you create them. There's a new feature also that I've added to this screen and throughout the app. They're called UDF fields. And basically what UDF fields do is that you can add a title and then an actual input screen. In a field, you can add the input information. And all the blue fields are input, all the white fields are titles. And this is a portal, so you have an infinite number of entries that you can put in that are your custom fields for the inventory screen. You can see that there's a picture field here for the product that you want to display, and these can come off the internet, but they cannot exceed 300 kilobytes. For example, this is a fairly good size picture, and it's only 226 kilobytes. And it's high resolution 300 dpi, so it could take a pretty good size picture in there. You In this screen, you can do drop downs to pick vendors for the primary vendor for selling this product, as far as who you purchased it from, and available vendors that you might have wanted to use also, and you can add extra narrative, for example, like their average price that they're selling their product for. So when you purchase it, you'll know what vendor to try to use. The language fields that we talked about in the other screen are also here. There's two different tabs where you add or change the screen names here to add your version of what you want to put in there for the fields in this application. Let's jump back over to the main menu, and we're going to go over and very quickly to show you the vendor screen and its tab fields for both the contacts and the actual vendors themselves. And then this is the vendor screen and the fields that were created by over here in the language fields. The next place we're going to look is in the sales screen. In the sales screen, there's a very automated, and this is one of the reasons why this is called Fast Retail. In the Fast Retail screen, you can create a quote, and it tells you in the user guide how to set up a quote and how to use a quote. Here's the customer, and you get a customer from the customer screen via a drop down. And of course, if I had more than one customer, you'd see a whole line of them here. You can return to the customer screen by clicking here where it says Go Customer. You can go back to the main menu, clicking this button here where it says Go Main. And then this one will provide the actual print version of the invoice. This is the input version where you're just putting data in. And then over on this side is when you take payments. There's a infinite field where you can add as many payments as you want if you offer credit to your customers. On the actual screen, the first thing you would do is put in your quantity. And to show you how fast this is, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to skip each, pick an item. In this case, the standard cost is $3. If I click on it, it'll automatically put the $3 in. I could pick the sales tax, and I'm done. I just put in a line. If I want to offer a discount, say I'm going to give 50 cents off on this one, I'll just go ahead and put in the 0.5, and I just took 50 cents off this particular one. There's a portal. If you want to delete a record, for example, the one I just put in, this will tell you the standard price for the item was $3, sales tax, yes or no. I did a discount of 50 cents. This is the name of the items. This is the actual cost. For example, buying 6 of them, $3 a piece, $17.50, $1.53 tax, and a total of $19.03. I'm just going to show you to demonstrate this where it says delete portal row. I can say delete it. The portal's gone. I can pop back in, and you'll see that that whole row is gone. And this is why we call it Fast POS. Let's go back to the main screen. The main screen now, I'm going to go in and we're going to look at the expenses. What expenses are these are overhead costs, anything that is not a profit-making thing that is costing your company money. And as I explained in the user guide, this is a vital thing to manage your business and monitor costs. There's a report, and there's reports for just about every screen. This tour is too short to be able to show you all of them, but I want to show you this one. If I had more than one record, you'd see them all down through here, and you would see the information for the purchase. To get back, you just click on this. And let's go back to the main screen. And the last thing we're going to cover is the account ledger. And this is an interesting feature that was added to several new apps. Basically what it does is it captures, without any input by you, all the invoices that you write, all the expenses that you put in, and all the purchase orders. You start out with an initial balance, and as it calculates taxes and deductions and so forth, it will come up with the end field where it shows your cash flow balance. And this is a real useful screen. This is worth just the price of the application in this. Just to do this part of the application is a very helpful thing. For example, to do your state or sales taxes, the fields that you need to do that with are posted right here, and all the information there is for that effort. So this is the tour of A1 POS Fast Retail. You may want to look at the POS business-to-business wholesale retail, which is another application that's being redone, if you need to do wholesale and you need to do business-to-business. Thank you for taking the tour. For full details on this app, read the user guide on the developer's site. Thank you.